already 5:32, so we will begin. Before we start moving, if you're new to the practice, I know like you guys have practiced already, but just for the people who will be viewing later in the private YouTube, if you're new to the practice, like do as much as you can. Modify as needed. I always give you options like the harder way and the easier way. And if you want a little bit more workout, then that's the harder way, that you pick the harder option. But it's really up to you. If there's anything going on with your body, injuries, special conditions, do modify it. If it's painful, then you back off. Drink your water if you need to, and yeah, hydrate and take breaks in between if you need to. Okay, so we will begin. You can mute yourselves, and I'm clear naman, right? So you can hear me properly. All right, so I will head to my mat, and I hope your mats are set up already, and we will start lying down today. Okay. So start lying down on your backs, and if you have back sensitivity, especially the low back, you can keep your knees bent so the low back is flat on the floor. If there's nothing going on there, then you can just straighten your legs out, let them splay out to the sides, and let your arms rest onto the sides, let your shoulders settle, and then start to also settle your face. Let your head rest on your mat. Let your shoulders release on the mat. And if it's comfortable, close your eyes to just bring yourself inward. Notice your body. And then notice your breathing. As you bring your attention to your breath, also start to notice the parts of the body that move with your breath. And most likely it's your chest and your belly rising up and going down. As you bring your attention there, just notice if your mind is still somewhere else outside of the room, outside of your mat. See if you can invite your thoughts to be present to where your body is. Turning off your mental cell phone and getting rid of your to-do lists for today, and simply be here with your breath. Let's take a couple of breaths together. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And then exhale, sigh it out through your mouth. One more time, deep breath in. And then exhale, empty it out through your mouth. Okay. And start to continue with this full deep breath, this time in and out through your nose. And keep that full deep breath, so conscious breathing in and out through the nose. And then when you're ready, start to bring both knees into your chest. Okay. Hug them in, bring your hands around your shins or your thighs. You can rock side to side, massage the back. You can open your knees out wide and then bring them in. So just do some movements here that feel good for your back, for your hips. Or if you want to be steady, if that's what you need today, then just be steady. Okay? Keep the breath flowing. Right, now keep your right knee into your chest, release your left leg down to the floor. Flex your foot, your left foot, so you're reaching towards the heel of the left foot, and then bring your hands around the thigh, right thigh, and reach your right leg up towards the ceiling. Any amount, it's okay if the leg doesn't straighten fully. And then on the exhale, bend your knee to your chest, keeping your hands behind the thigh. And then straighten it, inhale, reach towards the heel, exhale, rebend. Okay, 2 more like that, inhale, and then exhale. 1 more, inhale, straighten. And then this time, pause here, all right? Really lengthen towards the heel of your foot and then press your right thigh towards your hands so your arms are straight. Keep the chest nice and broad. Breathe. Okay, on your next exhale, lift your chest and your head up, any amount. Walk your hands maybe towards the ankle, towards the shin. Start to activate your trunk here. Breathe. And then exhale, release down. And then you switch left knee into your chest, release that right leg. Okay, hands behind the calf and the thigh. Reach your left leg up, straighten. Flex your foot. Okay, exhale, rebend. Knee to chest. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, rebend. Okay, inhale, reach. Exhale, bend. And the last one you hold. Reach here, breathe into your hamstrings. Press your thigh against your hands. So you stretch those, the back of your legs, maybe your calves a little bit. Breathe. And then on your exhale, next exhale, lift your chest and your head up. Maybe hands, crawl your hands further towards the ankle or the shin. Lift your chest, breathe. And then exhale, release your head down. Both knees into the chest. This time, bring your shins parallel to the floor. So your knees are actually above of your hips. And then feel your low back flattening to the floor. So you start to engage your belly muscles. And then reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Plug your arms back and plug your arms to the socket. Okay, and then this is our starting position. So your knees are above of your hips. All right. Now reach your left leg forward. Okay, keep your low back flat. So notice if you're arching your back. And then reach your right arm over your head. It's not touching the floor. So your left leg and right arm are active and your low back is trying to flatten down to the floor. All right, now inhale back to the center, shins parallel, and then other side, right leg, and then left arm. Okay, so both are the arms and the leg are hovering. Keep the low back flat, breathe, and then back to center. All right, so starting point. Now we will do one breath per movement. So we're stabilizing our trunk here. Left leg forward, right arm over your head, and then center. Inhale, right leg, left arm, and then center. Okay, keep going with your breath. Careful not to overarch the back when you extend your limbs. Okay. So you're activating your trunk as you move your limbs. Okay? Make them nice and straight. One more on each side. And then center. All right. Now hug both knees into your chest. Just simply rock side to side. Pause at the center. Bring your arms to cactus or to a T. And then bring your knees to your left. So you're in a twist. And you may place your left hand on top of your knee here. Relax your right shoulder. Breathe. And then inhale, center, knees to the other side. And then keep your knees to your right and then roll your shoulder towards the right. And then press your hands down and bring yourself to seated. All right. And then bring yourself to tabletop. Hands and knees down to your mat. So bring your arms in one line with your shoulders and your knees are below of your hips. Keep the belly and the ribs in. Okay. And then reach your right leg back behind you. And then lift it up in line with your hip. So we're doing the same thing you did when you were lying down. Lift the navel in. If you feel nice and steady like that, maybe reach your left arm forward. Okay. Good. So press off of your right shoulder. Lengthen towards the opposite direction. Keep the belly and the ribs in. Say one more breath. If you're wobbling, that's okay. And then exhale, release your hand and your knee. Okay, we'll do the other side. Straighten your left leg back. Okay, flex your foot. Reach towards the heel of your foot. Ribs and the belly in. If you feel steady, reach your right arm forward. Okay, hug everything towards the center here, but lengthen towards the opposite direction. Breathe. And then release your hand down, release your knee down. Okay, we'll do cat-cow now. So inhale, lift your heart forward, bring your shoulders back, drop your belly. Exhale, do the opposite. Spread your shoulder blades, gaze at your navel. Inhale, heart forward, shoulders back, and then exhale, round. Okay, few more rounds with your breath. Inhale as you open your chest. Exhale as you round. Do one more round. And then center. All right, now bring your big toes to touch, tops of the feet down. Move your hips back towards your heels, and then reach your arms forward. So this is what we call child's pose. And this is a pose where you can access all throughout the practice if you need to take a rest. All right, keep the hips in nice and heavy. Walk your hands forward, feel the sides of the body lengthen with your arms. All right, now lift your head up if it's down. Crawl your hands forward and then bring your hands shoulder width apart or wider. Then spread your fingers nice and wide. Lift your hips up. Curl the toes behind you and then press to your downward facing dog. So in down dog, you're doing like an inverted V. All right, now pedal your feet, bend one knee, straighten the left leg, and then bend your left knee, straighten your right. And just keep doing like that, switching legs to continue opening up the back of your legs. Let the head go. Okay, good. Pause at the center. Look at your palms, spread them wide, ground them down, and lift your hips up and back. And then bend your knees slightly. And then move your chest towards your thighs more so you really lengthen the spine. And then from there, press your thighs back more. Like if you've been sitting the whole day or if you just woke up, then the spine actually is like compressed. So we're trying to lengthen it now. And then walk your hands to your feet towards the back of the mat so you give your hands a break. Keep the feet hip width apart and then hold opposite elbows here. Knees bent and then just sway side to side. Let your torso dangle, let your head dangle. Try not to strain the neck here. You can nod your head yes, shake your head no. And then switch to the crossing of the elbows or your even other elbow on top. And then pause at the center. Place your hands to the sides of your shins. Inhale, flat back halfway. So bring your torso parallel to the floor. And then exhale, empty your breath, fold forward. Bend your knees, let the head go. Inhale again, lengthen. Heart forward, shoulders back. And then exhale, fold, empty the breath. Now, ground your feet. And as you inhale, lift all the way up to stand. And then reach your arms up over your head. And then exhale, palms to the heart. Right. And then keep the feet hip width apart. And then inhale again, lift the arms up over your head. Grow tall. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Fold forward, release the head down. Inhale halfway, chest forward. Okay, walk back to your plank. Okay, so walk forward so you're in your plank position. So in plank, your arms are in one straight line with your shoulders. Your legs are nice and straight. Press your thighs back, tailbone to your heels. Lengthen the crown of the head forward. Take an inhale. And then exhale, ground the hands, lift your hips up and back. So you're back in down dog. All right, inhale again, shift forward to plank. Lower your knees down and bring yourself all the way down to the floor. And then this time, reach your arms forward, straight forward, palms face each other. And then same as we did earlier, opposite leg, opposite arm. Lift your left leg up. And think you're trying to make your left leg longer, so reach it back. And lift your right arm up. Good. And then exhale, release. Lift your right leg up. Stay straight. Lift your left arm up. And exhale, let go. So 1 breath per movement. Lift your head, but try not to strain the neck. Inhale, lift the left leg, right arm. Exhale. Right leg, left arm. Release. Left leg, right arm. And release. Right leg, left arm. Release. Pause, extra breath. Okay, slide your hands back beside of your ribs. Curl the toes behind you. Either you press up to hands and knees, or maybe you press to plank pose. Okay, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Let the head go down. At the base of the exhale, you look forward, step, or float your feet forward to the tops of the mat. And feet hip width apart. Inhale, flat back halfway. And then exhale, fold, empty your breath. Ground your feet, reach all the way up to stand, lift up. And then exhale, palms to the heart, together. Right, keeping the feet hip width apart, you'll bend your knees and sit on your imaginary chair as you reach your arms over your head. Good. So bring the weight back to your heels. So see if you can actually lift your toes. And if not, move your hips further back towards the heels. Good. And then lengthen the spine, lift your frontal hip bones up so your spine is nice and long. Okay, take a deep breath in. And then exhale, fold forward, hands to the shins. You can bend your knees, let the head go. Inhale, flat back halfway. Right, fingertips down to the floor, step your left leg back, big step. Lower your left knee back and down. If you have sensitive knee, pad your knee by folding the side of the mat. Okay, like doubling it. And then hands on top of the thighs. If you feel steady, lift your arms up over your head. All right, so ground that front foot and reach all the way up towards your fingers. Lift your frontal hip bones up and then release your right hand to the side. So the right leg is forward, your right arm is hovering to the side, and then side bend to your right. Okay, as you stretch the front of your thigh, especially if you've been sitting, your quad probably. And then inhale back to the center. And then exhale, hands come behind you, interlace your fingers. And then reach your arms back as you lift your chest up. Okay, you're still breathing here. Broaden your collarbones. And then inhale, arms lift over your head. And then exhale, hands come down to the floor. Curl the back toes, step your right leg back, plank. Exhale, press the hands, go to inverted V, downward facing dog. And then in down dog, gaze towards your feet or to the thigh, let your head go. And then inhale, shift forward to your plank again. See if you can lower down to the floor without lowering your knees, slowly. All right, tops of the feet down, tent your fingers outside of the mat. So your elbows are lifted. And then inhale, lift your chest up, bring your shoulders back. And then release down. Inhale again, lift the chest, shoulders back, and then release. One more time like that. Inhale, lift, and then exhale. And this time, slide your hands beside of the ribs, curl the toes, and then press up to plank or hands and knees, and then downward facing dog again, hips up and back. All right, now keep your arms nice and straight, and then lift your left leg up, left leg. And for today, just lift it as high as you can. Okay, still gaze towards the back. On your exhale, shift forward, bring your knee to your chest, look forward, step your foot all the way through. If the foot does not land there, pick up your foot and help it forward. Lower your right knee down. Okay. Stabilize your legs as you come up. And then inhale, arms over your head. So we're just doing the other side. Lift your frontal hip bones. Okay, this time, hover the left arm to the side and the side bend to your left. So you're stretching it from the top hip all the way up towards your arm. Breathe. Inhale, center, arms over your head. Exhale, hands come behind you. Interlace your fingers And then inhale, broaden your chest. See if you can switch the interlace, like the weird way. Okay, lift the heart up. And then inhale, center, arms over your head. Exhale, hands come down to the floor. Step your right foot forward this time. Feet are hip width apart. Inhale, flat back halfway. Heart forward. Exhale, empty, fold. Bend your knees if you need to. Ground your feet, reach all the way up to stand. And exhale, palms to the heart. Pause for an extra breath here. Okay, moving on. Ground the feet, lift all the way up. And then exhale, fold, empty the breath. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Your right leg will step back this time. And then keep the feet hip width apart. Ground your feet as you inhale, come up into high lunge. So a little bit of balance here. Okay, right hip forward, left hip back. So your hips are nice and even. And then press your right thigh back more as you bring your tailbone down to the floor. Okay, maybe sink further down, bend your front knee further if you have it. Good. Stay one more breath in your lunge. And then exhale, hands come down to the floor, be on your fingertips, and just straighten your left leg any amount. And then rebend it, lengthen the heart forward, chest lifts up, exhale, straighten. So moving in and out, one more time like that. Inhale, heart forward. And then exhale, straighten, pause, breathe. If it's okay if the leg doesn't straighten fully. Good. Rebend that left knee, palms flat, step your left leg back, plank, and then exhale, hips up and back, down dog. And then inhale, straight forward to plank. Lower your knees down. So this is our first class. I'll just show you how the yoga push-up, or what we call chaturanga, is done in a vinyasa class. So starting with the knees down, so see that my thigh is actually in diagonal here. Like look forward beyond your mat, clip your elbows in towards the center, and then bend maybe an inch or so. So your elbows are not splaying out, and then press back up. All right, straight arms. So we'll do that 2 more times. Hug the elbows in, keep the chest nice and broad, bend halfway, press back up. So your elbows are in, collarbones are wide. 1 more time, bend, and then press back up. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, now lift your right leg up. Lift it as high as you can. On your exhale, look forward, knee to chest, and then step it all the way through. Okay, feet hip width apart. When you're steady, inhale, come up into your high lunge. Okay, tailbone down, lift left hip forward. Maybe bend your front knee further. Good. All right, stay. 1 more breath. And then exhale, hands come down to the floor. Step your left foot forward. Okay, feet hip width. Inhale, flat back halfway. And then exhale, fold, empty your breath. Ground your feet, reach all the way up, grow tall. And exhale, palms to the heart. All right. Now bring your feet together this time, or legs close to each other. Okay, and then bend your knees back to your chair, imaginary chair. So think small stool, not bar stool, right? And then reach your arms forward. So 1 straight line from the hip all the way up towards your arms. Take an inhale, exhale, fold, empty your breath. Inhale halfway. This time step both feet back to plank. Okay, this is now the chaturanga part where the legs are up, knees are not down. So rock forward, so you're on your tippy toes. Hug the elbows in and then bend halfway. And then all the way down to the floor. All right, tops of the feet down. And then inhale, cobra. Chest lifts up, shoulders back. And then release. If your back is okay, You can now come up into up dog. So up dog is your arms straightens and then your thighs go off of the floor and you lift your chest up towards the crown of the head. Exhale, flip the toes, downward facing dog. Okay, let's breathe together here. Take a deep breath in and then exhale, sigh it out. One more time, deep breath in and then exhale, empty it out. All right, we'll start with the left leg. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, step it all the way through. Again, pick up your foot if it does not land there. Turn your back heel down at an angle, right? So turning it in, and then now you windmill your arms to come up. This is called Warrior Two. All right, so your front knee is facing towards your second and third toe. Engage your left glute, and your right thigh is straight. And then your arms are in one line with your shoulders. Maybe sink further down to the floor if you can. Good, and relax your shoulders, gaze past your left fingers. Okay, Warrior Two, guys, breathe. And then keep the bend in your front knee. Reverse your warrior. So you reach back. So stretch from the top hip all the way up towards your arm. And then inhale back to your Warrior Two. This time you hinge forward. Bring your left forearm on top of the thigh. Turn your chest up, stack your shoulders above each other, or you bring your top arm over the head. Okay, and then roll your chest up towards the ceiling here. So your spine is nice and long. Breathe. Okay, stay one more breath. And then ground your feet. Inhale, come back to your Warrior Two. And then straighten your leg, parallel your feet. You bring your hands behind you now again. Interlace your fingers, lift your chest. And then exhale now, fold forward. Okay, bend your knees if your hamstrings feel tight today. And then any amount, let your head go and bring your arms over your head. If you have a belt, grab a belt and then pull the belt with both hands so that you have more space to open your shoulders like that. Otherwise, keep the interlace of your hands. Lift your shoulders away from the floor, resist gravity, and let your head angle. Okay, breathe here. This is the counter of what we do every day, like being upright, rounding our shoulders. So we're inverting. Stay one more breath. All right, release your hands forward in front of you, bend your knees, soften. Keep your back, round your back, and then keep your knees bent, and you will roll up slowly. Okay, your legs are engaged here. Roll up one vertebra at a time. Okay, and roll your shoulders back and down. Okay, arms to a T. Bend your right leg, left leg, and turn it forward. Turn your back foot in, back to your Warrior Two. And then you bring your hands all the way down to the floor. Step your left leg back, plank. Okay. So again, we'll do the yoga push-up, chaturanga. If you need to lower the knees, you will lower the knees. Rock forward, hug the elbows in, bend halfway. Inhale now, the choice, cobra or up dog. Okay, lift the heart up. And then exhale, flip the toes, downward facing dog. Okay, breathe here, thighs back, spine long. We'll just do the other side, guys. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, knee to chest, look forward, step it all the way through. Okay. Turn your back heel down at an angle, so now you'll see my back. So just see if you can follow along without even looking at me. Okay, so spread your arms wide. Now bring your left leg to straight, and then scoop the right hip as you bend your front knee. So your front knee is facing towards your second and third toe. And then as you bend deeper, relax your shoulders, gaze past your right fingers. You're breathing here. Now release your left hand and then reverse. Reach your right arm back, your torso, stretch the right side. And then inhale, center. And then bring your right forearm on top of the thigh. And turn your chest up towards the ceiling. Stay here, stacking the shoulders, or bring your top arm over the head. Wrap your right arm, like your armpit, left armpit, or your triceps. All right. And then inhale, come back to your warrior two. And then straighten your right leg again. Hands to your hips, parallel your feet. Okay. So I'll just face forward. Stay where you are. Okay, now turn both legs out to the sides. We stretch our inner thighs. Okay, and then bend your legs like any amount. The knees and toes are pointing towards the same direction. Your tailbone is going down to the floor so you're not overarching your back. And bring your arms to cactus or to a T. Oh, not T, cactus. So bend the elbows. Squeeze your shoulder blades in, maybe go lower. And then inhale, squeeze the inner thighs as you reach your arms up over your head. And then exhale, rebend. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend. 3 more. Go as low as you can. Stretch those inner thighs. Last one, squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale up. Exhale, pause, stay. Okay, broaden your chest. We do this so much already. Do the opposite. Soften your face. Good. And then inhale, come back up. Parallel your feet. Release hands to your hips. Inhale, lengthen. And just exhale, fold forward. Just release the crown of the head down, bend your knees. Release any tension in your neck here. Inhale, flat back. This time, walk or pivot towards the front of the mat. You will step your back foot forward. Okay, so you're at the tops of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, empty. Bend the knees if you need to. Head goes down. Inhale, lift arms up over your head. Go tall. And exhale, palms to the heart. Right, our first balancing position today. Hands to your hips. We'll do tree pose, okay? So keep your left foot down to the floor and then lift your right knee in and then open it out. And then bring your right foot to your inner thigh. So this is like first option. If that's not working for you today, bring your foot to your shin. If you need more balance, then foot by the floor, by the ankle. Palms to the heart or over your head, whichever feels steady to you. Okay. Same action, tailbone down. Maybe gaze forward, maybe gaze up, whichever is comfortable to you. Breathe here. So this is good for strengthening your foot, your ankle, your balance, and helps to keep the mind really focused. Okay, stay one more breath. Keep the arms over your head. If they're not there yet, bring them over the head. Bring your right knee forward, lift it to your chest, and then straighten it forward. Lift it a little bit higher, 2 inches higher. And exhale, release it down. Okay, shake your shoulders out if they're tensed. We'll do the other side. Okay, right foot stays down. Bend the left leg, turn it out. Foot to the ankle or to the shin. Try to do the same variation you did on the other side. Okay, palms to the heart or over your head. I like lifting my arms up because it's like your branches and it gives you, encourages you to create length from the foot all the way up towards the ceiling or towards the sky. Breathe. Engage your core so that you're nice and stable. Good, stay one more breath. Relax your jaw. Keep the arms over your head, bring your left knee in, bring it to your chest, and then straighten it forward. Kick the imaginary wall forward in front of you. Breathe, lift it a little bit higher. Exhale, release. Release your arms, shake it out. And I'll come back to the tops of the mat. Okay, let's just breathe together. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, empty it out through your mouth. Okay, flowing again. Inhale, lift the arms up. And then exhale, fold, empty your breath. Fold, hinge from the hips. Inhale, flat back. Step both feet back to plank. All right, chaturanga. If you need to lower the knees, lower, hug the elbows in, bend halfway. Inhale to your cobra or up dog. And then exhale, flip the toes, downward facing dog. So ground your hands as you lift your hips up and back. All right, inhale, lift the right leg back up. So adding on, exhale, tap your right knee to your right triceps. You aim for it. Okay? Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, and then step your foot all the way through. Turn your back heel down at an angle. And then this time you keep your chest facing the front. Inhale to your warrior one. Okay. So bend your front leg, roll the left hip forward, and then lengthen all the way up towards your fingers. Good. Stay for one more breath here. This is your warrior one. And on the exhale, hands come down to the floor. Again, lift your right leg back up, three-legged, as gracefully as you can. Take your time. Exhale, step it all the way through. Now move your left hand a little bit further away from the center, and then you twist open to your right. Okay. You're aiming to stack your shoulders above each other. Press the left thigh up so it's engaged. Hug the right hip in. Breathe. Stay one more breath. And then inhale, bring your top arm over the head and then down to the floor. Step your right leg back, plank. All right. Option to go straight to down dog. Or if you want what we call like a round of vinyasa, you do chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend, cobra or up dog, and then exhale, downward facing dog. So that's a choice you make. Either you take the round or not. We'll do the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up, and then exhale, knee to left triceps. You tap or aim for it. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, knee to nose, round, step your foot all the way through. Turn your back heel down. Square your chest to the front. Inhale, warrior one on the other side. Okay, so this is good for stretching your hip flexor, okay, engaging the back leg and lengthening up towards your fingers. Stay one more breath. Exhale, hands come down, lift the left leg back up, three-legged, take your time. Exhale, step it all the way through. Okay, move your right hand a little bit away to give you space, maybe to the edge of the mat, and then turn your chest to the left and reach your left arm up. Okay, breathe here, roll the right shoulder into the socket, open the heart. Stay one more breath. Inhale, top arm over the head and then down to the floor. Step your left leg back, plank. This time we just go straight to down dog. Walk your hands back to your feet, towards the back of the mat. Hands to the shins, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, hinge from the hips. Ground your feet, reach all the way up to stand. Exhale, palms to the heart. All right, we'll do eagle pose. I'll just like face you so you can see. So same, we'll start with the left foot down. Okay, bend your knees a little bit and cross your right leg over your left. Oops. Okay, so here, your thighs are together. You work on it. Either you hook your foot like by the shin or just by the side, or maybe you can do a kickstand. So depending on how stable you feel in this pose, and then maybe try where it takes you. And then arms are T, your right arm goes under your left, right under left, like so. Okay, now lift your elbows up Bring your forearms away from your face so you feel your back spread. If this is too much for the arms, like do a hug, like walk your hands further towards the shoulder blades and you will feel the spread of your shoulder blades. Okay, and then lift up. If you want to challenge your balance, you can curl. Maybe tap your elbow and knee to touch. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Breathe here. Say one more breath, eagle. And then inhale, bring yourself back up if you were down. Lift the elbows up, forearms away from you, and then unravel your arms and your legs, eagle flies. All right, we'll do the other side. Bend the knees, right leg over your left leg over your right, sorry. Okay, squeeze the inner thighs, maybe hook the foot, arms or T, left under your right. Okay, so your palms are together eventually, or if that's not working, palms back to back. Okay, feel nice and steady. Weight is on the heel of the left foot. Lift the elbows up. And then maybe curl down. If you feel nice and steady. Eagle goes into its nest. Breathe here. Breathe into your back. Okay, stay one more breath. And then slowly inhale, come back up. Unravel your legs. Eagle flies. Shake it out. Roll your shoulders back. All right, so you are the back of your mat. If you didn't move, stay there, legs together or close to each other. And then inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, empty your breath, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Walk back to your plank. Okay. Stay in your plank. And then exhale, go all the way down to the floor. All right. Now reach your arms forward, palms facing down, tops of the feet down. And then inhale, lift your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades, and then lift your feet away from the floor. And then exhale, straighten the arms forward, release down. Okay, so we'll do that a few more times. Inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades, widening your chest, lift the legs. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Inhale again, lift. Exhale. Pause. All right, walk your hands back to the sides of the ribs, curl the toes, press up to plank. And then exhale, down dog. All right, we'll just do lizard for the hips. Inhale, lift the right leg up, and then step your foot outside of your right hand. So your legs in a wide stance. You can stay here. This is what we call active lizard, or what I call active lizard. If you want to rest the back knee down, you're welcome to do that. All right, so you accommodate your leg by turning your right leg out slightly. Okay, stay here, or maybe for some of you, or maybe all of you, can bring your forearms down to the floor. So this is a little bit more intense. And you can adjust your back leg if you want a little bit more stretch, moving it further back. Can you breathe here? If you want a little bit more opening in the hips, you can turn your right leg out, like peel your right foot away from the floor. And we'll just stay here a few breaths. This is good for opening up your inner thighs. Release any tension in your shoulders. One more breath. And then straighten your arms. Okay, press the hands, lift the hips. Step your right leg back, go straight to downward facing dog. And we'll do the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, step it outside of the left hand. If it does not land all the way there, pick up your foot, bring it there. Okay, active lizard or lower. Turn the left leg out slightly or a lot. When you feel That's it. Stay, or you can bring your forearms down. So find the intensity that you need for your body. You can move your back knee further back. And then just know that energetically, you can direct your breath to the parts of the body that feel tensed or tight. And like allow it to be more spacious through the breath. Couple more breaths. All right, now straighten your arms. And then curl the back toes, lift the right leg up, the left leg back, go straight to down dog here. Lift the hips up and back, and then lower your knees down. Rest your buttocks back to your heels, release the head. If it's comfortable, release the arms to the sides of the shins. And then just let your torso be heavy. Go back to your breath. Go back to the center. And gather yourself back in. And then slowly sit on your heels and then release one buttock to the side and reach your legs forward. We will lie down on our backs. Okay. For a simple bridge, just to start to open the front body before we stretch it out. Okay, so the ankles are below your knees. So feet are hip width apart here. Toes are pointing straight forward. Bring arms to cactus or to a T. No, cactus. No, this is robot arms. Sorry, robot. Okay, so elbows are bent and the fingers are pointing up towards the ceiling. Round your feet as you lift your hips up. And then press your upper arms down and then lift your chest up. So tailbone goes towards the back of your knees. Your chest goes towards your chin. We're trying to move your head side to side. Okay, so use your breath. Every inhale, lift your chest, broaden your collarbones. Your knees will want to splay out to the sides. Keep them back to the center. Keep broadening your chest. Stay one more breath. And then tone your belly as you lower your hips down. Okay. Pause. And then the next rounds we'll do dynamic bridge. Okay, ground your feet. Inhale, lift your hips up. Reach your arms over your head. And then exhale, lower your hips, lower your arms to the sides. Two more like that. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Slow. One more time. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, release. Pause. Relax your shoulders. And you feel steady. Bring your knees into your chest, a gentle hug. You can be steady or rock side to side if that feels good for your back. And then pause in the center. If your back is okay, place your hands underneath your knees, rock forward and up until you're seated. If your back is sensitive, you can roll onto your side and help yourself up to sit. Okay, good. All right, now reach your legs forward and then bring your hands underneath your knees. Open your knees out wide. Bring the soles of the feet together. Sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in, inhale, and then exhale, fold, hinge from the hips. You can keep your hands around your feet. Let your torso be heavy to the floor, so let gravity do its work. Or you can bring your arms forward, relax your shoulders, whichever is feeling good for your body. The option of the arms, it doesn't matter. Depends on what you need. And then here's trying not to resist the pose. Just allow your body. She'll start to let go of control a little bit. Like we control our lives all the time already. So for the next few breaths, can you just allow? Okay, one more breath. And then slowly walk your arms back in. Help your knees to move back in. Reach your arms forward and see if you can lie down as slowly as possible. Like, be the last one to come down, even if you don't see the others. And then once you're down, okay, bring your right knee into your chest and then bring it to your right, to your left. Okay, release your right arm to the side. So you're in your twist. And if you want to close your eyes, you can. And then just feel the stretch in the right shoulder, right side of the body. Breathe. Twists are good for unwinding the spine, especially if you just woke up or like if you've been like sedentary the whole day. It gives your spine some space here. And then inhale, center. And then release left knee in. And then bring it across. Reach your left arm to the side, palm facing up so your shoulder stays open. And just notice when you do one side if it feels more open or if it's tighter. Just be aware of it. Like, we're very asymmetrical and it's okay. Breathe. And then inhale back to the center. Both knees into your chest, and then the last pose here, something even, happy baby. So in happy baby, you bring your arms inside of your knees. You grab the outside edges of the feet so the soles of the feet are pointing up towards the ceiling. If that's not working for you today, grab the shins. And then you open your knees as wide as you can and maybe aim them past your ribs. You can stay here, or if it feels good on your back and your inner thighs, you can rock side to side. If you want a little bit more hamstring stretch, you can even open your legs wide, reach towards the heel. And I sometimes like to do that. I feel it more in my inner thighs, stretching my legs out. And it depends on your body to see where your body takes you. Okay, pause at the center and then hug both knees into your chest. Okay. And then just reach your legs up and then keep the legs bent and then just let your legs plug back into the sockets. You're not really reaching them up, like engaging them. Find a spot where you're not engaging your legs and then reach your arms towards the ceiling and then let them plug back into the sockets too. So they're just hanging here. And just make circles with your ankles and your wrist. We don't really pay attention to our wrists and our ankles until like they call our attention, right? If it's painful. So like the more lubricated they are, the more functional they become. And then pause at the center, let the arms and the legs hang. And then bring the knees into your chest, gentle hug. Let's breathe together again. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And then on your exhale, lift your chest and your head up, curl up. Take another deep breath in. And then exhale, release the back of the head down. One last time. Inhale here. And then exhale all the tension out of your body. And then relax your arms to the sides. Relax your legs. Let them splay out. So just like how we started, this is what we call Shavasana, your final resting pose. So adjust your body, like fidget, move, shake any tension that's left there. And then you would want to be really supported by the ground underneath you, by your mat, by your floor, so that your body doesn't have to engage anything. So see, just scan from the crown all the way to your toes if you're still engaging here unnecessarily. And if you are, soften in your next exhale. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable. And start to release any muscles in the face, any gripping there. And this is the time to let go of anything that does not serve you. And while you're lying here with your breath, with your body, find that sense of gratitude for showing up, for this practice, and for also the gift of life. And for the next few moments, rest and enjoy your much deserved Shavasana. You can stay lying down as you are, or when you're ready, start to make gentle movements that feel natural to you. You can start to make movements with your fingers and your toes. And if you feel steady, if you feel ready, bring your arms up over your head and give yourself a stretch. Legs together as if you just woke up. And if you're getting up, bend your knees and roll onto one side. Rest your head on your upper arm like a pillow here. Close the eyes if that's okay. And just let the breath flow on your side. And keeping your eyes closed as much as you can. Ground your hands and bring yourself to a tall seated position. Okay, so sit cross-legged or any tall seat where you can be upright. Hands on top of the thighs. Keep the chest broad. And just bring the attention to your breath, to the change you've created for yourself. Bring the palms together in front of your heart. On an inhale, lift your heart up. On the exhale, bow your head down towards your rising heart. And thank yourself for showing up today to practice and to take care of you. And I thank you for sharing your practice, your time, and your energy with me. May the light in me honor the light in you. Let's greet each other. Namaste.